This is Happy from our Broadacres branch. She's going to be talking about her favorite female authors.
Alright, my first favorite female author is Stephanie Meyer. Most of you probably know the movies. She wrote the whole Twilight saga. The reason I like Stephanie Meyer is her style of writing. She writes young adult but with sci-fi and romance mixed together. And the way that she writes it out, like from the beginning, she's very detailed on everything that she talks about, even the characters as individuals. So that's what I really like about her, and she makes the story very interesting as she goes along. So that's my first choice. And then I've got my second choice, who is Dorothy Coulson. I like Dorothy Coulson a lot. I think I've introduced Dorothy Coulson to each and every customer that's walked in. Her style of writing is she's very deep. So if you're not into like finding out about stuff that might scare you a bit, she's very deep and very honest. She writes fiction, but it's all related to what happens in real life, because everything that she writes happens to a lot of people, and sometimes you might find a book that's actually related to what's happened to you. So that's my second option. Then my third one over here, I've got Julia Donaldson. She writes children's books. She's a very good writer because her style of writing, she rhymes in her writing. She makes the books interesting for the kids, and she's got a lot of pictures inside, so your child can stay posted and also read along with you and find the story very interesting. So those are my three options.
This is Phumi from our Broadacres branch.
Alright. My first option is Joyce Meyer. Joyce Meyer writes a lot of Christian books. Most of her books are motivational books, and when she writes, she specifically directs it to women, and she's very realistic about what she writes, because a lot of Christian authors try and make things seem easy. It's sort of like you press a button and expect God to answer all your questions. The reason why I like Joyce Meyer is because she's very realistic, and she can connect very well with women, and she also has a lot of devotional books. Instead of reading a whole book in one time, you can read like a devotional book each and every day. So I'd highly recommend this for women who want to get better in their life and who need motivation. Next one is Sarah Jakes. She's T.D. Jakes' daughter. She recently wrote this new book. This book is basically about a girl who is the pastor's son, and she's expected to be perfect just because she's the pastor's son. And Sarah Jakes didn't turn out to be perfect like the whole world would see her. She made mistakes, and she failed in life, but she came back and she wrote this book to explain that just because you're the pastor's son, it doesn't always mean that you have to be perfect. So I'd recommend this book for anyone who's a Christian and they want to understand the life of Christianity. Okay. He's Just Not Into You is by Liz. This book is basically, it's not really a book, it's just ideas about to give to ladies on how to see if a guy is not into you. This would be a very good read for the youngsters who are still trying to figure out whether they should be in a relationship with somebody or not. When she writes, she's very funny and straightforward about it. She doesn't beat around the bush when she writes, so she gets straight to the point. So I'd highly recommend this for the youngsters.
Great.